Hello, my name is Jackie Kirkup. Today is Wednesday, April the 9th, 2025. This is Spotlight on Souris, and I have with me Brenda Wiebe. Welcome, Brenda.
Hi, Jackie.
Brenda is a member of the Souris District Arts Council. The Arts Council has been on several times throughout the year
Yeah, we've been busy.
busy year for sure, to share with us their upcoming programs that they are offering in our community. And so I'll turn it over to you, Brenda. There is one coming up next Saturday, I believe.
Yes, it's April 19th, and the group that we have coming are called Those Guys. I heard them, about 5 years ago when we went to Showcase, and they're a group of 9 fellows that sing very well, and they sing a cappella, which is without instruments.
My goodness.
No drums, no nothing, and they do everything, all the sounds that they make with their voices. And they are a 9-member group, and they're from Winnipeg. We were planned to have them in 2020 in the spring, and of course COVID happened, so we couldn't do that. So we kind of put them on the back burner and hoped that that we would be able to get them, and we were lucky enough to get them to come this year. They were a group that formed, they've been singing together since 2009.
Oh my goodness.
And they're a group of fellows. I think they met when they were in university, and they all had the love of singing. And they sing everything from, they do classic rock, they do pop, they do R&B, Broadway tunes, just about anything that you can think of, they sing. They do, if you're a lover of music, of Billy Joel, Bruno Mars, Beatles, or the Backstreet Boys, they do all that. So they do a real variety of yeah. And they've just had their most recent release album is entitled At Home, and it's a tribute to Manitoba artists.
Really?
So that would be, and if you have a chance to, you can find them on YouTube and listen to a little bit of their music. We hope to, where the concert is coming up, it's April 19th, and it's at the community hall.
Okay.
And it's a Saturday.
Right.
A lot of our concerts, we like to have them on Thursdays so we could have them at the theater, but they weren't available, so we had to go with a Saturday. And they're pretty danceable, so if you come with your dancing shoes on, you might be able to do some dancing as well.
Oh, that's good.
They love to share their passion for music for everyone, and we're hoping that everyone comes and has a really enjoyable evening. I've heard them, and they're wonderful, and they're very personable guys on stage too, but with the audience. So that's what's coming up in April. This past winter, we did a little bit some different things this year. We did a little bit of fundraising, a little bit of getting ourselves out into the community, maybe presenting ourselves to another group of people. We've had 3 trivia nights, and we had held them at the Legion. We had one in January, one in February, and one in March. Mm-hmm. And we had a good crowd for all of them. It's just a night out in the winter time when there's not too much to do in the evenings, right. And so that was kind of fun.
I only got to go get to one of them this time, but yeah, I sure had a good time. I knew a lot more than I thought I knew.
We had some regulars that came to all 3 trivia nights, and it just seems to be something that some people are really like to do. And we've had, since our last interview, we've had Manitoba Theatre Centre here for their production of Murder for Two, and that was really really well received.
That's wonderful to hear.
They always put on a pretty good show.
Just before we go on to your next event, can you just tell us the time that the event starts on the 19th?
It's at 7:30 at the community hall.
And the cost of the tickets?
The cost of the tickets $30 for adults, $20 for students, and the tickets are available at PharmaSafe. Okay. And through Sharon Dunn.
Okay.
And her phone number is 483-2001.
Perfect. Awesome. Good. I didn't want to forget that piece before we got on to our next conversation.
That's important, for
Wonderful. Sure. I also just want to make comment. I've noticed that you have all been wearing these really nice shirts that distinguish you as your committee, and which I appreciate. If I was at an event and say I had a question or needed to know where the washroom was, can find a person in
Yeah,
these
find
nice
somebody
black,
wearing the shirts.
the black shirts.
We
with
try to
their-
wear our name tags as well. So
Yeah,
people,
so that's
know.
wonderful. Just a
Yeah.
nice, makes it
Yeah.
more personable, right?
right.
So yeah, no, that is to me just very professional. I like them.
Yeah, it kind of makes us a little bit more noticeable.
For
I think.
sure it does,
Yeah.
yes. So this isn't the end of your season
No,
in
we
April.
have one more. After those guys are here in April, we have Alison Lupton coming on May 15th.
Okay.
And that will be at the theater, the Avalon, at 7:30. Tickets available at PharmaSave and through Sharon Dunn as well.
Wonderful.
She is a singer-songwriter. She plays the flute, and she sings, I would say, Canadian folk music with a Celtic flavor. And she writes a lot of her own, most of her own songs. She was born and raised in rural Ontario. And she travels with a 4-piece band. They consist of a fiddle, a mandolin player, a guitar, and a bass. They've performed all over Canada, the U.S., and the U.K. Her newest album is called Words of Love. And she will be performing, she has several albums. I just didn't count the number of albums that she has put out, but there's quite a few of them. So she would play a variety from all of her albums that she has out.
Sounds like she's been very successful
Yes.
in her music career.
Yeah, that's right. And so we're looking forward to her May 15th. I personally haven't heard her, but I've just heard from the two people that went from our group to showcase that heard her. They thought she was just wonderful.
Well,
So
good.
we're lucky to have her to come in May, and that kind of puts an end to our season. Our season usually runs, we start probably around September and runs to about the end of May, beginning of June, and we like to be wrapped up and not do too much through the summer.
Right.
Take the few months off.
Yeah. If you actually do, there's lots of other work
There's
behind the scenes.
There's the parade, and which we are involved in as well. We're working on next year's season, and we've got some really good talent coming next year.
Okay.
So we're looking forward to that.
How far in advance are you going to these showcases to book for the next year? Like
Showcase usually takes place in this coming year it's September, but it's usually been October.
Okay.
This year it's near the end of September, and so the talent that they showcase then are usually for not that season, but the following.
Right.
So
okay.
when we go to our 2025 showcase, we'll be looking at acts for the 26-27 season.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, it's
You have to lots of planning ahead, and
it is, yeah. But it's not always that way. Sometimes if you're looking for something to kind of finish out your season, you see somebody that you like in September, you can sometimes get them booked for that season. And that's your Manitoba Arts Network. There's all other ways of like we don't always have to book through Manitoba Arts Network. We can do it sort of on our own if we happen to kind of hear somebody or hear about somebody at another community event or happen to be at a summer festival and see a really good band at somebody's music festival. Then there's other ways to go about booking.
Okay. It's quite an interesting process.
It is. It's fun.
Yeah. I bet it is.
Yeah. And you can also there is a process to be on a jury that will adjudicate or they get people wanting to showcase their talent, and they go before a jury of people, and that group then picks the ones that they want to have perform that showcase. So you can
goodness.
I haven't been involved in that process, but it sounds like it would be fun to do that, because then you could see what's out there and pick the best of the best.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I just know from this past year or past years, like the variety that you bring to the community has just been amazing.
Yeah, we try to get a little bit of everything. That's why we've had Manitoba Theatre Centre for quite a number of years. It's nice to have the plays. It's nice to have a little bit of classical.
Yes.
It's nice to have a little bit of country, a little bit of folk, a little bit of it kind of gives some everybody doesn't like everything, so then it's
That's right. Or those that really don't know, like for myself, I don't know a lot about jazz necessarily. And so
Right.
having that to possibly go to out my back door really is no excuse not to go learn
Yeah.
about jazz,
Right.
right? So I like that, you know, if there isn't a genre that you don't necessarily know about, you can definitely go and check it out
That's
at a
right.
very reasonable
Yeah.
price. And I think that's maybe something else too. Your sponsorships for this year, you've done an excellent job on social media, just giving those shout outs to those that are.
Yeah, we've been really fortunate with our sponsors. We've had some people that have been sponsored and been with us for a lot of years, and some new ones too.
Yes.
So yeah, are very grateful that there's that support in the community.
And the Arts Council's been 20 years, is that correct?
Yeah.
That's incredible in itself.
Yeah, we have a group coming next year, a little bit different than we have had in the past. They're going to be performing. It'll be a year from, I think they're here in May of 2026.
Okay.
And they're a group it's this couple, a man and wife, Indigenous couple. He's from he's from, I think, up near Iqaluit area.
Oh, okay.
And she's from around the Ottawa area, and they do a lot of Indigenous songs, and they have, and they're drumming, they're singing.
Oh,
and,
my
yeah,
goodness.
They're just very incredible musicians. And one thing that a little bit different this year, we're going to try and get them into the school to do
wouldn't that be
concert
great?
for the kids, because
Nice.
they do like to do that outreach into the
Yeah.
schools.
Yeah, incredible.
So I did contact the person that is involved with that kind of programming for the school, and she was very excited about it. And so that's we're gonna,
Yeah, how wonderful to be able
Yeah.
to partner up with
Yeah,
the
exactly.
school and offer these same
Yeah,
things out.
yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. So just remind us the April 19th show.
April 19th, Community Hall, 7:30. It's a Saturday night.
Okay,
And tickets are at PharmaSave and through Sharon Dunn. And tickets are $30 for adults and $20 for students.
perfect. And Sharon can be reached at 483-2001.
That's right.
Excellent.
Yeah, or any Arts Council members, you can anybody can contact anybody.
Right.
We'll put you.
Yeah, and you do have a Facebook page too, so
We do.
people can check that out
Yep.
if they didn't get the phone number written down or
Mhm.
just need to find out more information about the upcoming events.
That's right.
Excellent.
Okay.
Well, it's always a pleasure to have you,
Yeah.
Brenda, and
Thank
I'm
you, Jackie.
excited to hopefully be able to take in these last two events of the year.
Yeah, they're going to be good ones.
Awesome. Great.
Okay.
This has been Spotlight on Souris for Wednesday, April the 9th, 2025.